From the Aishin Broadcast Studio, it's AMN Drive Time, brought to you by Aishin.
AMN Drive Time is sponsored by Aishin, your trusted and reliable source for aftermarket automotive components and technology. Visit AishinAftermarket.com for more information.
And welcome to AMN Drive Time, sponsored by our great friends at Aishin.
Thank you, Bill. It's great to be with you. I'm excited about our conversation.
You've been in the news a lot because in April, PGI completed the acquisition of the key intellectual property and related assets from First Brands, right? Mm-hmm. Talk about some of the plans for revitalizing these legacy brands. And to my understanding, and maybe clarify for our audience, it includes Autolite, FRAM, TRICO, ANCO, LuberFiner and StrongArm. Do I have that
Correct.
accurate?
Yes, sir. So these are the brands that part of the acquisitions. But let me take a step back and look at the overall deal and discuss what we structured. So it was evident for many people in the aftermarket that First Brands is heading in the wrong direction. That was evident in early 2025 and mid 2025. But in October 25, when things were clear where the company heading into bankruptcy, we started our due diligence, we started our review and building our strategy and plan because we saw the opportunity. From my view, those, as you said, these are legacy brands that has tremendous value. I'm talking about TRICO, started 1914, FRAM 1934, invented oil filters. I mean, the amount of know-how and level of recognition that those brands have, not just in the US and North America, but globally, is tremendous. And what those companies and brands is, these are not just brands. I'm talking about companies that founded, and some of those companies have 3 generations working for them, whether ex-Champ Labs or FRAM or TRICO. So there was really a lot of legacy and know-how. So it was really important for PGI to put a comprehensive strategy. How do we go about this deal, and how do we look at this opportunity, not just for definitely for our own growth and for our interest, but also for the aftermarket. It was hard to see those brands folding, closing their doors and shut down. And go down without any recognition. So when we started the dialogue, our intention was to buy an ongoing concerns. I mean, the integration of First Brands, although took about 15 years to build that entity, but a lot of those companies weren't fully integrated in the business. So still, many of those divisions still were driving silo. So that's where we thought initially that we could acquire some of those entities, some of those divisions as ongoing concerns. So this is a dialogue that took us about 3 months, and the end of it, around January of 2026, we realized that buying ongoing concerns will not be an option. There was so many stakeholders, many creditors, many banks involved in this, and in many cases was conflicting interests. So wasn't really a viable option, we found, to buy an ongoing concern. So at that point, we really pivoted our strategy. And we built a threefold strategy around this acquisition. First, focusing about people. Second, intellectual properties that is in the companies. And third one is the assets. And that's where we started our process. Actually, we started hiring executives and key people, whether that will be engineering, whether that will be sales, product management, from FBG back in October. So that was the first and most important phase of this acquisition, because any business is about the people, about the team, about the talents that we can bring. So started building the team, expanding our bandwidth to ensure that if we are successful on acquiring the IPs and the assets, then we'll be able to manage those and be successful on reviving those brands. So we started with this process since October and continue actually through today. We continue identifying the talents and hiring key people that we need to manage the brands, manage the product, and manage the overall business. Phase two is the intellectual property, which we closed about 2 months ago. That includes two segments: the brands that you referred to, FRAM, TRICO, ANCO, Autolite, as well as LuberFiner and StrongArm. But along with that is a wealth of know-how and patents and intellectual property acquired. The acquisition included over 1,700 different patents globally that are registered in the US, North America, in Europe, in Asia, South America, globally. And that's related to extremely important technology for PGI, whether that would be around diesel water separation, about air filtration, about cabin filters, along with intellectual property related to TRICO, wiper blades, rubber formulation, product design, performance, configuration. So the amount of IP that we acquired was tremendous. So that's the second phase that we concluded 2 months ago. Last week, we closed the third and last phase of this acquisition, which was the assets, the physical assets. And that includes two folds. One is obviously all the inventory and a couple of the distribution centers in Hebron, Kentucky, and Albion, Illinois. But along with that, and this is a key asset for us, is we acquired the production lines in Albion, Illinois, and part of the production lines in Greenville, Ohio. The production lines in Albion, Illinois, is some of the most advanced production lines for filtration, both heavy duty as well as light duty and industrial application. As I state, Champ Lab was founded in 1957. Met with many individuals and teammates that work with the company, second and third generation. Some of the employees that we have there now worked for the company for 35, 40 years. So really excited about that level. So that allows us, basically, PGI is highly diversified in our supply chain and our production. Before the acquisition, we produced our product in 9 different countries. A tremendous volume that we produce in Asia, whether that would be Vietnam, Thailand, China, Indonesia, Malaysia, along with our facility in Mexico. But we did not have before this a manufacturing base domestically. So that's really add to us, obviously, the most important production base for us, which is in the US, allows us add to us tremendous capacity, add supply chain security to us and our customers. The other part is the R&D center. I mean, in Champ Labs, they had one of the most advanced R&D center they used to develop new technology, new product performance. It's highly elaborate, whether you're looking at air filtration engine or breathable air for cabin filters, or you're looking at lube, diesel, or oil filters. So really excited about that opportunity that expand our R&D capabilities. Although we do have our R&D center in Shanghai, we have another one in Mexico City, and product development in Mount Carmel, Illinois. This takes us to a whole different level in terms of our R&D capabilities. So really excited about this and happy to see that all 3 phases of our strategy and our plan were meticulously executed. We have a great team. We work together on this day and night. Actually, it was a lot of work and a lot of discussions and meeting to ensure that our strategy is fully executed. Now we get to the real work now into the business that the lawyers and the accountants are behind us. So now we get to focus on the aftermarket and the product. That's actually the most exciting phase now.
So you probably paid a couple of dollars in legal fees, right, Anan?
Yeah.
So Anan, as you integrate these brands into your existing product portfolio, talk about the value you guys bring to the market with the ability to deliver a comprehensive, multi-category solutions to your customers and to your prospects?
Absolutely. And then this is really the key point. I mean, our strategy and our key focus since I started the company, I mean, the vision is quite clear. We communicate this throughout our meetings and on our website and our communication. PGI is about offering a complete private label solution. So we're about offering best-in-class solution. And when we say solution, it's the product, it's the engineering, the performance, it is the category management, it is the quality control, it is the supply chain. So it's basically a comprehensive package, and that's a key part of our success. We truly offer turnkey solutions for our customers and private labels. When I started the company, when I looked at the automotive aftermarket and compare it, like say, to grocery or even to drugstores, private labels were hardly 5% of the shelf space. While if you look back then in grocery, it was over 30% of shelf space. So it was evident for me where the aftermarket, to see the growth and evolution of retail, to see what other segments of the market, the way it's evolving. It was evident to me that private labels will be prominent, and that's eventually what happens today. Private labels in the automotive aftermarket, whether you look at retail or you look at the distribution, traditional, or even look at the service side, accounts for more. It depends on the category, obviously, but if you look at filtration, it's over than 50% of sales. I would say even approaching 60% of product. Other categories vary, whether looking at wiper blades and other categories. So the focus of Premium Guard did not change and will not change. We'll continue to be focused on offering best-in-class private label solutions to our customers and best-in-class product. The assets that we acquired, we serve them as a key part to serve that strategy. That's why I keep emphasizing the values that the intellectual property we acquire, whether there will be patents or production capabilities, serve that same strategy. It doesn't start. I mean, for years and years, we saw parallel between our strategy, go-to-market infiltration, with Champ Labs, which also was focused on offering private labels, although didn't do as much of a great job on going to market. A company that was more focused on the production side and engineering didn't have the skill to offer a complete solution to their customers. So our strategy at PGI did not change. I mean, this acquisition actually expand our platform, it expands our infrastructure to allow us to offer even a broader spectrum of product and broader spectrum of technologies that we bring to market, bring to our customers. Being involved, I mean, we started filters until this acquisition was our largest and main category. Filters and wiper blades gives you a front row seat to the aftermarket in general. Filters is the first parts, as we all know, get replaced on the vehicles, and likely is the last part that get replaced on a vehicle before it get off the road. So that gives us really a good view of the evolution of demand, the evolution of the vehicle journey and the demand that the vehicle need, where it be serviced. I mean, first phase of its life will be serviced mostly with dealers and then move into the aftermarket. And how does that change between the different segments of the aftermarket? So we have really a front row seat to the evolution of demand throughout the life cycles of the vehicles and the different parts. So that's really puts us in a unique position to understand the demand and the way this demand start building up throughout the life of the vehicle. And that's where, not just the filters, the wiper blades, spark plugs, and we'll be launching soon as well. Our thermostats category gives us a good view of the evolution of the demand throughout the life of the vehicle.
You will be selling branded product in addition to your broad-based private label offerings, correct?
Yeah, there are certain channels that already have demand for those private labels, but it will be ultimately the customer's choice. I mean, if you look at the retail space, that strategy has been built over the last 15 years, and PGI played a key role for this. I can see the clock turned back, and where if you look at the retail, FRAM was prominent in many retails when we started the business. That's not the case today. The private labels are the key coverage. Some retailers is up to 80% of their coverage is in their private labels. And as I said, we play the key role. I mean, I can tell you, I can't quantify, but definitely millions and millions in FRAM product how we lifted throughout the years. So we can't see that. That's not going to change. So we don't have illusion that now FRAM going to become the key selling brand in retail or the aftermarket. The same goes for wiper blades. But still, we see tremendous value for those brands to serve a certain customer strategy. Customers who want to offer a choice, want to offer diversity to their customers, want to offer whether that would be through part of good, better, best strategy. So it is a case by case, but with this portfolio of brands and product, we have the ability, we give our customers and work with them on what would be the right strategy for them to go to market with this. The other key and important, that's the part that also got me excited about this acquisition. The brands that we acquire have global recognition. We just signed a deal with GUD in South Africa that cover not just South Africa, Western Africa. FRAM is the leading brand in South Africa and Western Africa. They've done a great job in building that brand throughout the years. So now with our manufacturing capabilities, with our a broader supply chain network, we're able to expand tremendously in Africa. That's the other market that we sign now in Argentina. We're about to sign a deal, South America, Central America, and we in China as well. We signed first deal to license the Autolite brand in China, and we're looking now next to start selling FRAM, TRICO, and Autolite in China and other Asian markets. So the global platform that those brands offer for us is tremendous. Europe has been in our agenda for quite some time, and we didn't want to divert our focus on the North American market. But with this expansion now, many of those brands, particularly FRAM, Autolite, and TRICO, has great recognition and presence in Europe. We're assessing our strategy for the European market to go with those brands. So the key advantage that we'll have with those brands, with the shift that occur in North America toward private labels, will be, I see that potential more globally than is domestically.
Anan, as a big-time entrepreneur, right? My experience with entrepreneurs, business people in general, but oftentimes with entrepreneurs, culture is a big part of the thing you think about a lot. And for the benefit, again, for our audience, why don't you talk about how culture plays a part in your business, driving your success and the success for your customers?
Absolutely. I mean, often many companies in our industry and other industries would say that a key part of your culture is putting customer first. This is a key part for ourselves. We live by it, we act by it. And this is what we always think, and that's what keeps us up at night. How do we be ahead of our customers? How do we see what our customers would need before they even realize what they need? And this is being, ahead of the market, understanding the market trends, understand where's the demand heading, and how can we offer not just best-in-class product, best-in-class service. That's where in the last 2 years, we're heavily invested in data and data science. Today, PGI has 2 PhD data scientists and continue our data team to grow. How do we mine the data to give the best advice that we can and build the strategy that allows our customers to win and continue winning? And frankly, if we look at our customer base, we see them winning every day and year after year. So being customer centric is key part of our values and our culture. The second part is basically transparency, and especially seeing what happens with companies like First Brands with shady transactions and nobody knew what was happening. We work internally and externally with full transparency across the board, and for some customers offer even view of our balance sheet. I mean, we're open to work with our customers, whether that will be how is the product is made, what is the composition, whether that be our pricing strategy, whether our value chain that we look at it. So working transparency internally and externally is key part of our culture and strategy. This is something we'll never compromise on. Availability of information, knowledge is key part of, gives you a lot of power, and working with that with full transparency with customers is key for us. The third part is basically attention to details and that thrive for excellence. And we constantly push in that and work with our team. We would not compromise and accept mediocre performance or delivery. So the thrive to excellence is a key part and driver for us. And that comes with the attention to details, the innovation that we bring. And PGI are really proud with several innovations that we bring and we continue to bring to the industry. And this is really, these are the three pillars, I would say, that drive our success and drive our company.
Anan, it is tradition on AMN Drive Time to do something we call lightning round. And I'm going to ask you some questions, and you're going to give me a quick answer off the top of your head.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll find out. Is there a habit or something you do every day that keeps you grounded?
It's running. I mean, I love exercise, going out in the morning, running, and it just sets my mind free. That's the best meditation I could do. Allow my mind to wander around in different directions. So I almost diligently take an hour or so every morning, just take my run, just have my time to myself.
I'm a morning exercise guy too, right? Tough to start your day without it. So I think I'm going to know the answer to this, but I've got it down. Are you a morning person or a night owl or both?
I think I'm more of a night owl. I work hard, and it just like a diesel engine takes its time to heat up. So my mornings start early. I need the time for myself, and then as they go by, you get warmed up and continue through the night. That's one of the hardest things for me has been just being able to go early to bed. That's really near impossible for me. So working through the hours, especially that we have overseas teams as well, and we need to connect with our team in Asia. It's always, but I enjoy every bit of it.
Do you have a favorite comfort food?
Pizza is usually my go-to. I mean, we're fortunate to live in New York, and my last birthday, my kids were asking, they knew that I loved. They asked what restaurant you were with. I told them I just want pizza, and ended up ordering 10 different pies from the best places around New York. So I had a whole, eating pizza the whole day throughout my birthday. So pizza is my go-to.
I have twins who live in New York City. So we're in New York a lot. What's your favorite pizza place in New York?
Joe's Pizza is always my go-to. Fortunately, they have a couple of places in the city, and I really enjoy it. It's some of the best pizza. You can grab a slice and go. Juliana is another great place if you look at Dumbo, but the line's insane. I mean, this is one thing I don't have much patience for, is waiting for one thing or another. Definitely not standing in lines.
I know Joe's. Do you have a family tradition that you cherish or you keep up over time?
Absolutely. I mean, going family trips together, it's my kids, my wife and I were very close family. We're friends. We enjoy our time together. So going family trips together, and we're diligently doing it once a year and sometimes even twice a year. That's really a quality time as a family. We spend together, enjoy ourselves, enjoy travel, enjoy food. We have a lot of common interests, mostly around travel and food. So we get to enjoy that much and diligently make sure that we have the time to do it once or twice a year.
Last question. You're raised in Israel. Do you have a favorite city or country that you have visited?
Oh, there's so many and so beautiful countries. Still, top of mind for me, it's always Haifa in Israel. This is a beautiful port city. That view of the Mediterranean, the mountain, the combination of having a bay and a mountain and Mediterranean is just beautiful. Great food, great scenery, amazing weather. I enjoy my time every time I go there. It's just tremendous. Barcelona is another top of mind city that I love. I'm a foodie, love the food scenery, the culinary scene in Barcelona, just incredible. Asia is I love my time in Shanghai, again, for the same reasons. I'm not a museum person. When I go to a city, I will be looking for where is the best restaurants, where is the best street food you can get, and enjoy that tremendously. Mexico City is another one. It's again mostly about food for me. I enjoy it so much, every bit of that city. But always New York will be top of mind, and the city, that the cultural diversity in the city, leave alone the politics around. I mean, this is it's getting tougher and tougher in New York, but the city has tremendous history and the cultural diversity, whether you're looking at food, you're looking at entertainment in any avenue, or just sports. I mean, it's just such a great city. I mean, New York City always would be top for us.
Anan, it's great to have you on AMN Drive Time, sponsored by our friends at Aishan.
Bill, thank you so much. Really enjoy our conversation. Thank you so much for the time.